This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/AwesomeCast.
I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said now. I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said. Nightmares, I don't care.
It's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, PA. And I got shorts on. That's my awesome thing. Spoiler alert. No, back in town after a weekend trip with Louisville. There's a lot of ways to say it apparently, and I did not do it right on a podcast a couple weeks ago. And I did not learn the right way to say it apparently. I didn't get into that discussion with the locals. But anyways, we got a whole crew with us this evening, or whenever you are listening to this fine podcast at a later date. First of all, from the Big D of Dormont, PA, from Studio C, I finally got it right. John Chichilla's with us.
How's it going?
Gadget Guru at Big Bank International, Esquire.
Yeah, we have a little more people in the with us tonight.
I like
not
this.
Just me and you.
What I said in the Slack, I'm so glad that it's just not going to be another Dude Energy show. And because it was just us dudes last week, but I know this is such a masculine podcast. But we also have back with us the Dudders. The Penguins did not take you away from us this week.
No, we lucked out this week. You get me? Haha.
That's right. That was last night. No, it was threatening last night's show because they're like, "Hey, you might be doing this yourself because the Penguins are in like double overtime or something." And I'm like, oh no, this will be the saddest one-person show ever. I was like, how do I take random callers, and how bad could that get with pro wrestling? But
it's fine. Everything would have been fine.
Everybody was really sad when we started talking about wrestling and tried explaining hockey to me, and I was like, not that I don't know how hockey works. I used to watch hockey, but just like I don't know who anybody is. Tell me Sidney Crosby, and I'm good.
That's it. That's the only person on the team. You're good.
Exactly. Good to have you back on. And also back with us, we can say formerly of Bold Pittsburgh. And we have a good discussion about that over on the Patreon that you guys can check out. Amanda Narcisi is with us. How you doing, Amanda?
Great.
She's more laid back. She's got the weight is off her shoulders. So, and also for audio, there's matching Grogus happening here. Baby Yoda Grogu's happening. I don't know. So Amanda, yours looks like more, I don't want to say surly, but more opinionated, I guess. I don't know. It's like compared to Katie's over there. So like you got Grogu's of a different attitude or something. I don't know what it is.
And mine's the Build-A-Bear ones. You would think mine would be more appealing to children.
Right. Like Katie's got like kind of the buggy-eyed one or something, right? Like what is that one? Is that an Etsy one or something?
Oh, I don't know. It's official. That's all I know.
It is an official. Okay.
It has tags.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Awesome. But anyways, go check out everything, please, at awesomecast.com. And, of course, hit us up at awesomecast.sorgatronmedia.com if you have any sort of inquiries. AwesomeCast on the Twitter, on the Facebook, and AwesomeCast over on YouTube. And, of course, please support us on whatever podcast platform you like to listen to your shows on. Rate and review us, even if you catch the video version. If you're over on the Google Podcast or the Apple Podcast or whatever's going on, or whatever that button says today over on the Apple Podcast, by the way. Because I understand that just changed for a lot of people out there. But please give a rate and review of that. It definitely helps the show get in front of more eyeballs when you do that. And also, you can subscribe to the Sorgatron Media Master Feed, where you'll get this show, as well as plenty of our Sorgatron Media content, including our friends doing D&D over the Bardic Mystery Tour, Fishing Without Bait, some great mindfulness discussion. And actually, as friend of the show, Brian Crawford, on the last few weeks, talking about things including pghmuseums.org and a lot of other great stuff there. And the wrestling, of course, because, I mean, it is the cornerstone cornerstone of basically everything I do. But and also, if you're following us on your Facebook, and also we have a great Facebook group for the AwesomeCast where you'll see stories throughout the week. We have a couple earmarked here from our great contributors on those groups. But if you follow us on the Facebook, on the AwesomeCast YouTube page, and on the Sorgatron Media Twitch page, we are live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we have now confirmed, even though I am going to be gone most of June, we will be emanating from apparently Michigan and California, actually maybe Nevada. that part is a question mark, but somewhere out there. So we're having Sorg on the road. I won't be at campsites. I'm going to make that clear. I won't be like at a picnic table hoping my internet works. I'll be in a hotel room hoping my internet works. So it'll be a lot, completely different. Also, thank you to our audio partner, the Post Industrial over at postindustrial.com. They are sharing this and other great podcasts from the Pittsburgh area to their Rust Belt audience, and really appreciate that. Also, really appreciate our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/awesomecast, our friends at the Coffee Club level, Matt Weller, John DeGore, John Carmen, Cynthia Klosky over at Shift Collaborative, Scott McTaggart over at Pitchworks Podcast, and at the Fan Show level, Michael Fedor, pghmuseums.org, the Professor Buzzkill Podcast, and Dave Podner of the iPhoneography Podcast. You get extra conversations that we have before, sometimes after the show, in your feed, and other little bits every once in a while too. So go support the show at patreon.com/awesomecast. It does help keep the lights on in the show. I might have literally paid the electric bill with it one time. Like I'm not like making that up. So it definitely is helpful. So let's get into our awesome things of the week. And since she's back on with us, Amanda, I think you have the I was looking at another item in this vein today, so I'm interested to see what you have coming up here from this company.
Yeah, so I finally broke down and bought 2 items from Wyze based on listening to the show.
Or Wyze, actually, right? Isn't it Wyze?
Wyze, I'm sorry, Wyze.
Yes.
Yeah, so I bought the scale, which is really cool because the app is really intuitive. It discusses everything from BMI to your weight. It gives you like an alert that you haven't weighed yourself in a week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's very interesting, very digital, very slick and slim. It was very interesting to learn. Easy to set up. That was my number one thing is it has to be easy to set up. And then I went out and I got the V3.
Ooh.
So the indoor-outdoor
Okay.
is really small.
Yeah.
So I really like it. It's like the one you have. And it even has like a little pop out to where you can fasten it to the wall so it can go outdoors. It's waterproof. It does everything from you can speak 2 ways on it. You can sound an alarm.
Mm-hmm.
You can record. It is 1080 and HD.
Excellent.
So you can do both.
Is this your first of these?
It is.
Okay. And comparatively for you guys on video, this is either a V1 or a V2. I can't recall. I have a mix of them. But these ones are the like a little more of it's a little box basically. And I literally, by the way, this is one I just pulled out of the window that we have going out of the front window of the studio. So it's still warm from the sun and operating. Yeah, it looks like I'm looking at the sizing there. Like it looks like it's a little more compact, right? Hold on, we'll go there. Yeah, so does it have like kind of this like extendo thing, or is it just more kind of meant to be attached to something?
Yeah, so it's got the little like it made me think of the little like Pixar lamp.
Yeah, okay.
Type of like thing, but then it also bends a way that you could mount it to the wall.
Yeah,
and it came with everything that you could mount it with, like the screws and a sticky like circular disc.
Yeah, I don't think I get screws with the earlier versions. It was just the disc, and then there's like some 3M sticky stuff that goes on it. Oh, by the way, I was covering up. This is a V2, so there you go. But no, so awesome. So yeah, so it's meant for outdoors. I know I've seen encasements for the earlier versions like this, but you don't need to put any extra. And I think it's the same price too.
Yeah, I got these off of Amazon for about $35.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think like maybe 30.
Really affordable.
I think
Yeah,
I think due to parts and something else going on in the economies, I think they just had to raise their price like $3 or something.
Yeah, it
like
makes
that.
sense with everything going on, right?
Yep.
So, these things are really awesome. But
I also, Amanda, depending on where your outlets are, I put a link underneath your link. We have these in a couple places around the house, and because in a bunch of rooms we actually have like an outlet next to a light switch.
Mhm.
The outlet isn't hooked up to the light switch. It just happens to be on the wall at the same spot. And
Okay.
They make these really nice outlet mounts
Oh, that's cool.
that you don't have to stick anything to your wall. You don't have to, as long as you have the outlets for it. It works extremely well.
That's really great. So again, this is more for if you want to like get that indoor camera mount kind of situation. I'm kind of like running the USB cord and like having it just hang out in a window in most cases. So that's for my outdoor camera thing. But I'd love to start like getting these V3s and kind of replace that, right? So, and actually put them outside and cover some of the parts of the house that I have more concerns with. You know, I have like kind of like a side path, you know, and I have a side lot. I'd like to make sure people, things, animals aren't doing crazy stuff over there, because I keep finding, let's just say I keep finding interesting things in our lot next door. So it'll be really interesting to see there. So that's awesome. So like Wyze is like, I don't know what it is. So like Wyze is just has random stuff. It feels right. Mm-hmm. Like they're like I think comparatively they're like an electronics Wish. That just is like, hey, we can do these really affordable cameras, scales, but there's some technology in there, and we're going to make it work with your phone and your home kits and things like that really easy, right? So because I was looking at Amanda today, I got an email and I forwarded to Missy to say like, we want these for the house. There were these, it was a 3-pack for $20, and they were motion censored night lights that you could just put on the wall. They last 3 months apparently on battery, and just like, kind of like perfect for like the hallway or the stairs or something where it's like kind of hard to like hit the light in the middle of the night, right? So, but they have a vacuum cleaner. They have like a Roomba vacuum cleaner over there. But then they had like face masks, and we got the temperature check from them and stuff. Wyze is pretty amazing in that regard.
I had just noticed the night lights or whatnot, and the thing that I liked about those is you can link them together.
Mm-hmm.
So if you trip one, a bunch of them will turn on. So if you think about, hey, I'm going to put one at the bottom of my steps, at the top of my steps, and a couple places in between, you hit one, and the rest of them are going to come on and light the rest of your way. So I thought it was pretty darn cool for a low price of like $20.
Yeah, $20 for like 3 of them. Like that's really cool. Yeah, this kind of thing where you can have like the array of lights going up your steps like that. Listen, I'm clumsy at night and have to go down to go to the bathroom. This could be really, really helpful for me. And so I like that on the side of the bed over there. That it was kind of like on the floorboard kind of area. So no, I think that'd be really good, and it would probably also trip with my little Chihuahua walking by, so he doesn't have any problems. So. That's cool. So the scale, I feel like I glossed over that. The scale's pretty cool then, huh?
Yeah, I only have the box because I didn't want to bring it up from downstairs and
it's in use
on it. But yeah, it's really great. We were it was a needed purchase in the house after the COVID 30 hit us.
Right.
That we said we really should have a scale in the house. So we synced it up. It goes right into our Apple Health. We kind of can keep track of everything. It gives us reminders that we haven't weighed ourselves in 7 days, that type of stuff. So it's really, really a nice scale. And it doesn't look like a normal scale. It's nice and slick.
It's like $28.98 on here. That's great for like a little smart scale. Like I expect these things to be about $100.
I went back and forth with that one and the With Things one, and the With Things one being $100. I was like,
yeah.
Not for something that's gonna tell me I gained weight.
Wyze is really bad. Wyze is really good about like, this thing is just at the right price where it doesn't take too much for you to pull the trigger on it. We're like $30 for a security cam, okay, like sure, they get me almost made me pull the trigger on those lights today, like real stupid easy, So, but so they're Wyze.com, a lot of cool stuff happening over there. Chilla, what do you got going on?
What do I have going on? So Anker came out with new Nano, and I'm gonna mess it up. It's something gallium nitride, and it's like capital G lowercase a capital N. It's a technology used in newer power adapters, but they came out with an update to their Nano series. So the Nano 2 came out. The devices are actually significantly smaller, if you could ever imagine them to be smaller than the originals, and they come in 30 watt, 45 watt, and 65 watt versions.
Jeez.
So most devices will charge off of any of those. If you think of like high speed iPad, iPhone charging with even down to the 30 watt, and then going all the way up to 65, you're not going to charge your 16-inch MacBook Pro, but you are going to charge your 13-inch. I like these because they're small. You can easily fit multiple of them in a bag, and most of all, typically when you get down to this size, and if you look there, the Anker Nano 20 watt was the white device on the left. That doesn't have a collapsible like charge port. And one of the things, and I actually had this happen, I had my Nintendo Switch power cord, and that does not have the collapsible prongs, and it punctured something in my bag, which made me sad. The other ones are all collapsible, so I actually I won't put a power charger in a bag anymore if it doesn't collapse.
Yeah.
Those go in the wall and stay at home. Anything else that's collapsible goes along with me. And I don't know. I really like the Anker products. I've never had a problem with them. The size is perfect, and the fact that you can go all the way up to 65 watt. I wish they did sell one that was like the 65 watt with 2 ports that would charge at 65 watts if you only plugged one thing in, but could split it, 30-30 if you plugged in 2. So Anker, if you're listening, that's on my wish list. But these are super nice devices at a very affordable price, anywhere between $30 and $40, going up in $5 increments from the 30 up to the 65 watt.
I like it. So say up to $40 for that. Yeah, just out of mind, because I got the 15, 16-inch MacBook Pro, but that could be that would be nice.
It would charge your 16-inch, because I've actually gotten away with this. If you're not under heavy power consumption, or you're overnight and you're just letting it charge in the wall, and you're not really using the laptop, but under heavy power use,
don't have it support your laptop while you're editing in Final Cut Pro. Got it.
Right.
Got it. Or basically,
your power's going to drain slower than it would, but you're not going to gain
It's
charge.
just like when you take your big ass iPad and use the little brick that comes with your iPhone, right? It's it's power's getting to it, but not as much as you want to for what you're doing. So yeah, no, absolutely. So that is pretty cool. All right, let's stay on the gadgety train. I threw something in my bag. I needed a cord, and so thankfully I was they had this Baja event basically in the middle of Louisville. Actually on the grounds of University of Louisville. Like if you see the pictures on my Instagram, like literally the stadium for the football Cardinals for this university is right behind us. So it was pretty cool. So one of the nice things is, hey, I forgot to bring an HDMI to mini HDMI cord for the live stream I was going to do, and we do kind of a low end live stream for their awards out there. And while I'm there, I found these Skullcandy. They are the Sesh Evos. I was in need of new headphones, Bluetooth headphones, because I had the Skullcandy inked. And they're like down the attached wireless headphones, earbuds. But the rubber thing was coming off the one side. The one side with the buttons was kind of like coming off and flapping, and you could see the the circuit board inside. So I'm like, I think it's maybe time to upgrade a little bit. And I've been interested, of course, thinking iPad earpod thingies. What do they call them? The iPod earpod Airs. What are they called, Chilla?
The AirPods?
AirPods, that's the thing. So I've always been like, I don't want to drop $150-$200 on something that could be so easily loose. So this is, again, they're the earbuds. You open them up. They're the detached, independent earbuds, as you would expect. They're fairly comfortable, a little bit of use. I finally got a chance to bust them out and start testing them today. And you got your rechargeable cradle. No wireless charging in the cradle, and I believe there is on things like the AirPods. This, I think it retails for $60. I got it for $30 at Best Buy. So wow. That was I'm just like, that seems, let's give it a shot, right? I looked up nothing for this thing. So, and I've had, somebody gave me, God bless him, a friend from the wrestling community was just like, hey, I have these independent wireless headphones, and they were like a cheap pair, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll try them out. And I accidentally called 911 with them. They never synced right, they never fit right, so I was a little weary of these too. So it was nice to kind of get a high end of this. So the added bonus on this thing is, apparently these have Tile built in. So I just installed the Tile app and did the syncing, and as you go through here, and again, it's the first time I've never played with the Tile. I never had a Tile or anything. So first time installing the app just a little bit before the show here, actually, and it's kind of a nice thing. I don't like that it keeps bothering you for Tile Premium, which is about $100 a year, to get things like the smart alerts, like, hey, it looks like you left your whatever at home or anything like that. And plus, I only have one device, so I don't think it's quite worth it. But in the meantime, and so apparently the Tile is in each of the earphones. And what is this? The right one, I think. They also don't have marked on them which side they are. You just kind of, I put them in backwards at first. You got to look at which way the logo's going, and it's black on black, so that's real easy. And then I think this is a left one. Yeah, I think this is the left one. But
it doesn't have like a tiny like L or R even on the back or anything?
No, it isn't. Oh, wait, I found it. It's in there between the two screws.
There you go.
There it is. Maybe I can show it over here. There. It's right in the middle there. Nope, that didn't work. I thought I changed the focus on this, but yeah, it's like right in there, in between the two screws. But if you need to look for it, is it going? Come on, hit find. Nope, no, I don't want to pay $100. Is that coming through?
It sounds like something like chirping.
Yeah, it's supposed to sound like something.
Or birds.
Yeah, a little chirp, and hopefully you can hear that in your couch or something, right? So, but it does like do the, very strong and things like that. So that's cool that I got air tags and I got something with tiles, so I can kind of comparatively, track and see how it is and everything. So, and also the phone apparently is on Tile. So I don't know if the phone, you can track your phone through Tile itself as well, I would imagine. And you do get a little, where's all my stuff? And there's even like, it's itemized each earbud on this. The two markers here. I can't really see that with the thing. Yeah, so it's so if I do, that's the other thing is like, oh, what, I'm gonna lose one of these and have a problem with it, and but it's pretty looks like it's pretty. Listen, I'm gonna put this to the test at some point because I'm gonna lose these, right? Especially as I'm traveling and things like that. So far so good. I asked CarPlay I'm like, where's my backpack on CarPlay, and they say it's with you. And I was like, okay, that's good. I didn't leave it like, at the house. while I'm halfway to Louisville over Ohio. But again, it's the Skullcandy Sesh Evo True Wireless Earbuds. I got the black pair, but they got a whole variety: beach blue, chili gray, and like I said, they were pretty cheap, about 50% off over on Best Buy when I went to curbside that over the weekend. Katie, you got a cool. Is it a not necessarily a gadget, but you got a cool toy.
Woo. I had to move Grogu.
Not Grogu.
Yeah, I had to move him out of the way because I was gonna just whack him with this. So this is my belt.
There it is.
So I think we about a month ago we probably teased. We talked about the fact that I was getting a belt. This is my Kicking Cancer's Ass belt. And it was gifted to me by the folks at 2PW, and I absolutely adore it. I don't know if there's all kinds of things to read on it, and absolutely one of the coolest things I have ever received in my life. It's purple, which I love, and it's legit, and I feel pretty badass carrying it around, and I should probably just start wearing it everywhere I go. I did take it to the Penguins game last night because I wanted to show my coworkers and, of course, take my very cool belt to the game in the arena. And I took a couple pictures out there, which was pretty cool before the game started. I mean, the game didn't go so well, but I had my belt, so that was fun. And everybody thought it was really just amazing to see. And one of my bosses over at the Pens is a big wrestling fan, and I was like, I got something you want to see, and he was like, didn't think it was going to be as cool as what I had. But yeah. I love it. And we ended up in a conversation about it last night with somebody who recognized the type of belt, and they asked if it was from Undisputed Belts, and it is. And it's really, really nice. And like I said, I love it quite a lot. And took it to see family recently. We went to Sarris's to get ice cream with a family that was in from Vegas. And they were all pretty impressed with my belt because I was like, "Look at this!" And just put it on the table, and they were like, "That's so cool!" Because I don't think they expected it to be quite as cool as it is. But
yeah, probably people were expecting, like, people were probably used to seeing like the Mattel WWE belts, right? You know, and then to see an actual like full on belt. I mean, that belt is, you know, other than, you know, the visuals and everything on it is pretty much like it's got the plates on it, and I don't know that it's leather necessarily, but it's comparable to what you see if you go to like an indie wrestling show, and a lot of the championship belts pretty much look like that, right? So
snaps, I can wear it.
Oh, not that Velcro crap like WWE does now, huh?
Nope.
So
snaps.
That's a real one. That's a real one. Awesome. And you said bonus, it matches your jersey from the Pens, huh?
Yes, I'm gonna wear them together. It could be like a dress and belt combination.
There you go.
Going on.
There you go.
But yeah,
full
so
on
definitely
themed.
super cool. And I thought I handled it pretty well when they gave it to me in the ring. I was like, oh, looks like I've done this before.
I do love there was a call out for you to step out over the ropes the first time, because you have done that before. So
I have.
Giant style, I guess we could say. So
yes, my legs are long enough to step over the top rope.
God. Hey, Shaquille O'Neal didn't even get that when he got in the ring a couple months ago. So he stepped through, and you know, Shaq's like, you know what, 7 feet tall, and you had Paul White, the Big Show. It like was literally back. Like there's footage of him literally backstage watching the monitor saying, "Well, so much for being a giant, Shaq." So, because like, you know, one of those like unintended rules. Like, listen, if you're over like 6'5", you step over the damn rope. So to show that you're a big person, it's a requirement, right? So, but and you're like the tallest lady near a wrestling ring, I think. Well, obviously we know another one that's that's also very tall, but it's like, you know, you are the giant of wrestling ladies, you know, comparatively. So that's awesome. So and as I said, there's some footage and some pictures over on shout out to Prospect Pro Wrestling and Marshall Gambino over there, right? So.
Oh gosh, yeah, this is by far one of the coolest. I think I described it as like a bucket list item I didn't know I had. Because I would never have guessed this.
Katie,
and
Katie, other than like the championship, like Chachi plays like second place for Mario Kart, that Missy won, we don't even own a belt. Yeah, so, like it's, it haven't even happened. So that's awesome. And now you got to show that because I saw him in the chat room. Wheels, who is a avid belt collector, you're going to have to visit him down there in West Newton when they start running shows again. So
absolutely.
Awesome. And she'll be wearing that on the show every week.
Going forward, you will see the belt every time I'm on the show.
Excellent. If you haven't yet, if you're on the audio version, go check out the videos at 2PW on Twitter and Prospect Pro Wrestling on the Facebook, on the Instagram. And you can see the footage and the pictures. And we're going to have to do something. We did a little bit of a photo shoot. Maybe we'll have to do something with that here in a little bit, too. I was just putting those pictures together to send over to the guys at 2PW. So awesome. Well, let's give a shout out to our friends and again, future pizza party sponsors. We were talking podcast advice actually when I went to pick up today. Our good friends at Slice on Broadway, New York City style. Yins are made here in Beachview, Carnegie, East End, and the North Hills in the Pittsburgh area. I've been supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza for about 10 years between this and the Wrestling Mayhem show. Thank you so much to those guys for fueling us and give us one less thing to worry about here on Tuesday nights as we're getting ready to do these shows. So thank you so much to them. Go check them out. SliceOnBroadway.com. They have calzones now. And I bet it'll be easier to get my calzone than it was in Grubhub in Louisville the other night where I went to the wrong hotel twice. There was a pile of food in somebody else's hotel that didn't get to me. You're not going to get that problem with Slice on Broadway because you're going to pick it up and say hi to those. You're gonna. No, that's a different show. I was going to say knock the door down, but that's the Wrestling Mayhem show. So shout out to them. Check them out. SliceOnBroadway.com. Chilla, have you been following this hot tub situation over on Twitch?
I'm aware of the hot tub. Like there was some argument between a couple people about their hot tub shows, and then the girl that got sued by Nintendo to change her online name because it was like after Pokemon did a hot tub show, and now they have a whole hot tub show section, I guess.
So the idea is, because it sounds dirtier than it actually is. I think mostly, maybe, it does involve girls a lot, probably in bikinis. But the idea is, much like we stream the Twitch and we're talk about video games, we're a talk show, and there's a lot of talk show kind of, podcasty kind of video content on there now. It's just not just people playing video games, right? So I think the idea is, this is both male and female, but the idea is you are just in a hot tub and your streaming setup is, I'm sure, precariously next to the hot tub, which, danger. And they just stream from the hot tub. I presume talk about video games at that point. But they started demonetizing one of the biggest ones. So Riz of Riz Plays Games, I don't know that he has a hot tub, but he has threatened to be starting to do a hot tub stream in the near future. So Riz Plays Hot Tub is coming soon to you. But yeah, so Twitch had a big podcast or a blog post that says, let's talk about hot tub streams. So since it's become such a big thing, and they're kind of talking about how that applies to their policies. So they're introducing the new category, pools, hot tubs, and beaches. Which is, I don't know what. If you haven't chosen swimwear that's allowed under swim and beaches contextual exemption to our standard nudity and attire policy, you should stream into the pools, hot tubs, and beaches category.
There's a hot tub Jesus official.
Okay.
Which is Jesus in a hot tub.
Okay.
There is, because I guess it's, pools, hot tubs, and beaches. There's Marine Mammal Rescue, which is a bunch of otters floating around in a thing. That's really cute. So, chill with rescue sea otters. And then there's just a bunch of people in hot tubs.
Right.
But they're getting pretty creative. Someone's out fishing.
Sorry, I'm just kind of parsing this, and I also did a search, and it's a little distracting because I don't know what site I'm on now. Oh, there you go. So here we go with the pools, hot tubs, and beaches section. Live channels going on right now. Again, it looks like another site that I'm on. Oh, but she is actually playing a video game in the hot tub. Actually, that might be a kiddie pool. The kiddie pools count? That's definitely a hot tub big monkey spinning. What is happening here? So this is not like, this is becoming a big thing. But I remember there was the hot tub guy that was like reviewing wrestling. I met him in California, actually. And he was a bigger guy, and he was just like, he would just talk about like Monday Night Raw in a hot tub, and that was just kind of it. So
But like the whole massive amounts of electronics.
that's where I have a problem, right?
Like I'm like this just sounds like a bad. How long is it till like something bad happens?
And then there's people getting in on it. Like this guy I just saw. Like, look at this dude. He just green screened himself into a pool, I guess.
I guess that's legal.
To get into legal.
Drowning.
What's that?
Is it looks like he's drowning.
It does look like it looks like I don't know what's happening. And then it just kind of, and then here's just like, well, we're just gonna put an anime character in a pool awkwardly on this one. Oh, I don't want to click on these. I don't want to go there. So obviously, this butted up against the nudity and attire policies, and things kind of just escalated from there, I guess, that they had to go and do a blog post. It's just this has been brewing for a couple months now, or at least weeks, I guess. So like just the latest interesting trend to come to a flashpoint over on Twitch, I guess. So coming soon will be Hot Tub AwesomeCast on your Sorgatron Media. I need to get a hot tub.
But if I made like a Minecraft level that was all
hot tubs,
all beaches and hot tub, like could I just like stream my Minecraft virtual hot tub?
Listen, Chilla, how many times have I accidentally streamed this show into the sports section on Twitch? Nobody's checking this unless we get like 100,000 viewers, right? So like, Chilla, do whatever you want. Get in the category.
Games with hot tubs, beaches, and pools.
There you go.
I'm sure The Sims had to have had.
But yeah, you got The Sims, Grand Theft Auto, definitely for sure. How many times have you run your car off the cliff into the beach or into somebody's pool, right? So that's definitely happened. I think I put a tank in a pool one time on GTA 3. So that's that just make it all work, man. Just you're good to go. So. That's interesting. What do you guys want to hit up next? Because I need to collect myself after talking about hot tubs. I'm sorry. The image of the guy screened into the pool is still just kind of broken me right now. So, what else is going on, Amanda? You got some items in here under video games.
One came across today on their Instagram. Sonic turned 30 and made a commercial about it.
Oh no.
It's a motivational commercial saying how Sonic never gave up when the chips were down.
Oh jeez.
But you didn't think it was a Sonic commercial at first. You were like, I was like watching, I'm like, there's like little kids like yelling at video games and like a racer like falling over and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden it was like through the comics, the movies, and everything, we've been there, and it was Sonic. So we did Sonic did turn 30. It was I heard a little news clip about it and how it's been through so many iterations, but yeah, that was kind of fun to watch today, that commercial.
No, absolutely. I mean, I remember Sonic as the new hip attitude thing, right? When it came out on the Genesis. So
rebel. He
yeah.
was the rebel where Mario was like the good guy.
Yeah. He was the like this isn't your mama's video game character kind of idea, right? So
he's got a mohawk. He runs fast.
Right.
Steals coins.
He's got an attitude. And it was like, I don't know where the attitude came in. Like he stuck his tongue out at you. That was like about it, right? Like I can't remember anything else. And then it's just like he got on Saturday morning, sounded like Urkel and loved chili dogs. I was like, that's how much attitude is this?
If you didn't play, like if you left him idle, he would stare at you like on the screen and tap his foot.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What the heck are you doing?
Which, I mean, nothing had that at that point, right? Or there was something actually like showed character in that kind of stall animation, right? So that was like a little like, whoa, okay. So it was a different time before we started tearing spines out of people in Mortal Kombat. That was only a couple years, and then Sonic just was like, oh, that's Sonic. So, no, that's cool. That's cool. So I don't know how many times I've bought and rebought any of the first 3 Sonic the Hedgehogs between like my Apple TV and like I picked up Sonic 3 again not too long ago on like the Xbox. It's just always going to happen. If I do the same thing with Mario if it wasn't so locked down. So, but I ran it about Nintendo a couple weeks ago. We're not going to do that again. What else you got here? Hold on. My thing is not updating. There you go. You played a video game?
Yeah, I got addicted to a video game.
Now you got me into the turtle game, Way of the Turtle on Apple Arcade, and that took me down for a week. I'm still playing the cat game, by the way, the story time game on there. And then I didn't realize that there's actually a cartoon for the cat, and then I started watching the cartoon. It's some weird, I don't know, like
the Simon.
Yeah, the Simon's cat. Now my mom's into it and everything, so I was like, cool. You're not playing like those weird solitaire games that want you to buy things, right? So, anyways, the game that you discovered here.
So Cozy Grove is exactly like Animal Crossing. If you wanted to play with ghosts.
Oh no.
You are this farmer, you're this little character, you're actually like a Girl Scout, Boy Scout, you can like characterize it, and you get stranded on an island that's haunted. And every day you play for like tasks, and they reward you with this spirit like log, and you feed a fire, and then it introduces new characters every so many logs. The cool thing about this game is you can't play it for hours. You literally have about 40 minutes worth of gameplay before the game is like you're running around in a circle.
Huh.
Because literally there's nothing else to do.
Okay.
You farm, you fish, you do all that kind of stuff, but literally the tasks take you no longer than 30 minutes.
Huh.
And I'm up to day 65. It starts every day at 5 a.m. You fall asleep and wake up, and there's a new set of tasks. And some of them are like bake a pie and feed this, harvest the crops. You do have animals, so you can have like goats and birds, and you can harvest them, and they give you eggs and stuff like that. You can build a grove. You can like with trees and all this other stuff to do all these things. And you make money, and eventually like the island expands and you have more spaces. But the only light on the island is your campsite. And so the other ghosts don't light up until you complete their tasks for that day. So for example, if one of them is next to like your grove, your trees won't blossom unless that task is done that day.
And I'm loading it up now
because it was released on all platforms. So I started playing on Apple Arcade.
Yeah, so it is included in Apple Arcade if you're in that. But it is on literally everything from the looks of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Switch was last.
Okay.
But it's pretty neat now. Like I've like I said, it's 65 days in, and I literally only pay for about 30 to 40 minutes a day, and then that's it. There's nothing else to do. Like nothing.
I like it. It looks kind of fun and interesting. Like there's this kind of run of games, because I've been playing the Star Trek Legends game, and it's like a turn-based combat kind of thing, and it looks like and you get, it randomizes like what characters you get kind of thing, and it's like here's them from all over time in the Star Trek universe, right? We've seen these kind of freemium games all the time, so it's like it looks like it's set up for freemium, but it's not, since it's an Apple Arcade game, right? So so it's weird because it like bugs you to come back and do this, and you can send things for send other crew members to go do tasks that last 40 minutes, and it levels them up and gets stuff. So like it's like those freemium games are kind of like melding into Apple Arcade and creating this. I don't know what this is, So it's like the Simon's Cat game. It feels like it should be a freemium game. And there's like, well, you can play through the thing and to get points, stars to watch the story, or pay $30, right? Or something like that. So, no, that's cool. Yeah, I have it downloaded, and I want to play on that a little bit and see if we can get into it. I want to play Go ahead.
I was gonna say, join the Reddit. There's a Reddit too about it, and it's a lot of fun. Like they give hints and everything in the Reddit feed.
I'll be doing that. I'm trying to get more. I'm still trying to up my my Reddit game a little bit here. So, if it loads, apparently. So, all right, we are approaching the top of the hour. So, is there and my document keeps freezing. So, is there anything anybody else wants to hit up here before we roll out? Katie, you have something down here.
Oh. The Sirius XM TikTok channel.
Yeah, well, I think you're the only person I know that has any working with Sirius XM, right? So
yeah, I think I've
like other than when they bug me when I rent a car, but other than that,
yeah. So I have Sirius XM through a joint account with my mom because she's awesome and shares it with me. And but now they're gonna have a TikTok channel. They're working with both TikTok itself and the folks that some of the hosts from like some of the more popular TikTokers to bring them onto this channel. And I don't know about you, but I'm active. I enjoy watching TikToks, and I am surprised at how many songs are on the radio where I'm like, I know this song from TikTok, and that's how I know it. So they're essentially just capitalizing on that and moving it all to one channel, and which is pretty cool. And it's a new way for TikTok creators to put more get their songs out there. And like I said, they're going to have some of the more popular folks host shows on there with their favorite song lists of sorts, like curated lists. So I think it's definitely going to have an audience.
And I'm sorry I missed if you mentioned. Did you mention the Pandora aspect of this? I forgot Sirius and Pandora are merged.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that till this article because I was like, oh wait, hey.
Like this may be the first like active thing that they've done together, right? So what? Yeah. It was hosting Pandora playlist, like the TikTok stars, guys, will be
stars of tomorrow.
Yes, we'll be hosting. So what is going to be the VidCon of TikTok? Is it going to be TikCon? No, not that. Sounds like something else. Yeah. So TalkCon apparently.
Fun talk.
Have you followed some of this yet? Are they active yet? So, or is it still just kind of early days?
As far as this goes, it's just something they're introducing coming up. I don't think it's quite out yet. It's something coming up soon that they're going to have this show on Sirius XM. So if you are really into the songs and maybe want to practice your dances, which aren't as popular as it used to in the beginning of TikTok. The whole dance craze.
Since I accidentally opened the one article, Chichilla, let's take a moment. You're going to talk about big monitors, and then I'm going to talk about big something else for a moment. A couple lines above that in your docs.
So I think I covered Samsung had the M7 and M5 monitors a while back. They came in 32 and 27 inch. They recently introduced the M7, which is a 4K panel with running the Tizen OS. It's what I use here at home as my primary monitor. The monitor itself is not just a computer monitor. HDMI ports, smart TV type stuff. I have Apple TV, Netflix, etc. built right into my TV. It comes with a nice little. The one I have comes with just a normal Samsung remote. This new device, thinking about the environment, comes with a solar recharging remote, which I thought was pretty cool. I love this monitor. If they would have had a 43-inch version back then, I may have redesigned designed my office in a much different way. And wall mounted this thing, but
Wait. Are you telling me that you would be staring at a 43-inch monitor as
No,
we
why
were doing
not?
the show?
Yeah,
Wait, how big is your screen right now?
30 or 32. It's 32.
We need a studio.
I mean, it's big. I mean, like
We need a Studio
it's-
C tour because I need to see the other side of this because it's only my imagination right now.
it's only like seriously though. Here, wait, watch. Wall to wall,
yeah.
wall to wall.
He can't even stretch his arms all the way out where he's at. But somehow there's a 32-inch, and I feel like in my imagination this is basically wedged into the one side potentially, or at least if it was a 43, I guess. So
It's like the thing in Harry Potter where they go into like the little thing and it's just a huge area in there.
okay.
Kind of like my
Oh,
office.
you mean like the TARDIS? Sorry.
No, in Harry Potter when they're at the one of the Quidditch matches, isn't it?
I'm
Like the
crossing my
Quidditch Cup?
geekery. I'm crossing my geekery. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They go into the tent and it's like ginormous, or the bag of holding.
Okay, now bag of holding, I understand. Okay. Oh, geez, that's awesome. So this was one because we haven't had one of these for a while. Leaders in technological advancement, PornHub.com has a new thing that, and I'm not going to click the link here. So they are using Pornhub. They are using AI to remaster the oldest erotic films in 4K. And I'm not talking about stuff from the 70s with sideburns. We're talking about this was beyond the fact that they're using AI to scale things up to 4K and things that were very much. They're talking about flicks as far back as 1896. I forgot we had moving pictures in 1896, and of course some of the first ones were porn. The old adage for technology, right? So, they have a machine learning and have 100,000 adult images and videos to teach the AI how to colorize the films. I guess you have to learn a lot about skin tones. It's restoring and colorizing stuff from 125 years ago. I'm not going to click this link. Well, actually, I can click the link, I guess. I just got to make sure I don't show you. And it's building them up to 4K and 60 frames per second. Some of them, where was that original resolution they had in here? It was something like 240 or 320 by something. Some of these videos were. Did I get a different article that was talking about this? Does it? Yeah, it's they're calling it the remastered, with a fun spelling. And you go in there and it's and they'll bring up some videos and I mean it looks. And the pornography by then is they're saying there's a lot of suggestive kissing, I guess, is the biggest thing, and skin, I guess. So you can check that out. They have a video on it, and you can explore the history of pornography. So
I'm just picturing showing a little ankle.
yeah, I think one of the examples they gave was showing ankle. So, but I mean, it's history, right? So, I thought that was kind of fun. So, it's I was just thinking about because Brian Crawford's going to San Francisco soon, and there was a crazy, and I talked about this on the show. I remember it was an old arcade museum, but they weren't arcades in the classic thing. They were made of wood, and most of them were mechanical. And then you'd have that thing where you put the quarter in, and there was frames of a dancing girl when you put you look down into the visor, and there's the movie, and it's just 10 seconds of a girl dancing, and that's it, right? That was the thing back then. So, that's suggestive. Okay. Sorry, I just looked back over at the video. So, but no, go check that out. It's the remastered.com, and that's mastered as in STURRD. Is that right? I'm sure it'll be. We'll have a link. We'll have a indirect link to it in the show notes. So, Amanda, where can people find you now, and what might be coming next, since we don't have Bold Pittsburgh to go to here very soon?
Probably just AL Narcisi on Instagram and Twitter is all that's left. My Facebook is gone, or will be gone shortly. So
Whoa.
That'll be it. Just the Instagram and Twitter for now. I'm projected next year for a launch of something new. But
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how I feel.
Looking forward to it. Katie, she's rocking her belt over there on the internets all over the place. At Penn's games for as long as those keep going. So
yeah, just invite me and I'll show up with my belt. It's
there
fun.
you go. You're gonna wear it to Steel City Con?
I don't know. I
You
haven't thought
should.
about that. We were talking about we need to get me a table I can sell anybody.
You're gonna have a couple wrestling fans there. Like, well, here's the here's the problem. If we get a table and then you have the belt, they're gonna think that they're gonna get mad because they're gonna think we're trying to get people to sign autographs, and they get weird about that over there if you don't go through the right channels. So we got to be careful of that. Where can people find you online?
On Instagram, Kate Marie PGH. On Twitter, K.Dutters, and Facebook, Katie Do This. If you want to find me there. Ta-da!
And Mr. Big Monitor himself, John Chichilla. He is at Chilla on the Twitters.
John Chichilla on the Facebooks.
John Big Monitor Chilla. I do want to do it. Can I get a picture of the other side or something? Like I want to, or maybe I should just not let.
Sure.
I should not let the magic die.
I ordered, and I think it just showed up today. I ordered an arm for over here.
Yeah.
And then I have an extra camera that I'm going to mount up over here.
Yeah, we you know what? Let's
get the alternate view for next week. So I will make sure this gets mounted up.
Can we collaborate on this? Because I've been like telling myself I'm going to do a dedicated over-the-shoulder shot for years here in the studio, and I need to just make that happen. It's not like I don't have stuff I could probably hook up around here, or an old iPhone actually I can hook up like we were testing awkwardly last week. So I can't. Okay, you guys are going to have to talk so people can see what's going on right now in the Zoom. But we got Grogu-a-thon here. Let's see, Grogu 1, where are you at?
Wait, were you talking about the adorable Grogu, or are you talking about the judging you harshly?
I'm on adorable chibi Grogu right now. And then where is judging I don't think I like how this is going Grogu? Make some noise over there so we can pull you up. There you go. Nice. And not too much of that so Disney doesn't get mad. So thank you, everybody. Show your Grogu off over on social media. Follow us on Twitter, and maybe drop your Grogu into the AwesomeCast Facebook group. I really hope that's not a euphemism for something that I'm not aware of. I need to check Urban Dictionary. But anyways, thank you, everybody. You have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.